Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi everyone. For this video, I'm going to show to you step by step on how to answer exercise 1 for business letter. First of all, when you open a Microsoft Word, you need to change the setting. Number 1, you need to change for Calibri into Arial and rename it as a Arial 11. You may go to paragraph and choose spacing before and after 0 pt, and we are using the single line spacing setting. Next, we are going to go to the layout, page setup done button here, and change for the top margin for 2 inches, left margin is 1.5, and the rest remain it as a 1 inch. Next to it is a paper tab. When you click a paper tab, make sure your paper size is in A4 size. If let's say your laptop or your PC are using a letter size, you need to change it to A4 size paper. When we come back to margin, make sure apply to we choose as a whole document. Alright, and then click OK. Secondly, we need to insert our information at the footer. So as you can see here, we have a ruler. So if you don't have a ruler, you may click to view and click ruler here. Okay, so the ruler will appear for you. Alright, we come back to home tab. Alright, and then we want to key in our information at the footer. So we might scroll down and double click at the bottom here, and we can change the font type from Calibri body, change to Arial. Alright, so we are going to type our information, but before that, please use hide and show button to indicate how many spacing or how many enter that you already click. Alright, so here I'm going to key in my information. I'm going to use tab to the right. I will key in the dates of the exercise. Then I will key in my ID. And then I tap to the right and will put it as exercise business letter 1. And then I will key in my group. For example, KBA 1322B. Right? And then I will close my footer by double click at the center here, or I can go to header and footer and use this button. Alright, so done for formatting and also inserting your information at the footer. So we are going to save our document. So make sure the file name now is the document 1. We need to change it with our own file name. So let's redo it for the first time. When you want to save the document, you may go to the file, save as. You may choose the destination. For example, here I am using my pen drive in order to save all my works. Alright, so I will choose the subject and I will put inside the folders that I wanted to. Right? So here, for example, I have used this exercise 1 business letter, Azdin Azman, and my ID. So you need to begin by written the exercise number for chapter 1. BL is stand for business letter, and then your full name, and then your ID. Alright, and the save as type just remain as a Word document. Right, and then click save. Okay, we done for saving the document. Alright, so if let's say you have another exercise, which is exercise number 2, you can use the same document, file, save as, and you can browse for that particular folder, and then you can change for the exercise 2. Alright, and then you save. So you have two different file name. Okay, when you close it, but before close, make sure this is exercise number 2. So you need to change exercise number 2. Alright, and then click this save button or Control S. Okay, when I close my document, when I open back inside the folder that I saved just now, there is a 2 Microsoft Word. One with the business letter, number 1, and secondly is exercise 2 business letter. So I'm going to use the first document for exercise number 1. Alright, so usually I will put my Microsoft Word on right side. Okay, and then the questions will be on the left side. So for exercise number 1 is actually we took from the comprehensive test 2 December 2019. So I'm going to use open with Adobe Acrobat DC, but some students they prefer to use a Microsoft Edge. Okay, it's up to you. If you don't have the Acrobat account, you may use the Microsoft Edge because it's more user friendly. But for me, I'm using the PDF Acrobat. So here, this is the questions that we have go through previously. Oh, sorry. Right, sorry, my mistake. It's actually comprehensive test 1 December 2019. So before you begin typing the questions, you might read the questions and highlight the parts in a business letter. But before that, you need to know the types of paragraph and also the types of punctuation. So I'm using this highlight. So I will highlight the important informations like just now. We want to find what type of the paragraph. It is a block paragraph. Secondly, it is a mixed punctuation. Alright, so I will highlight this one as well. Right, this one. Right, so we know that when there is a block paragraph, it will affect two places. Okay, number 1 is whereby, okay, when you have a block paragraph, what will happen is that number 1, your paragraph will begin on the left margin. Okay, and secondly, the subject line also begin on left margin. Okay, how about the mixed punctuation? Mixed punctuations meanings that bertanda baca. So that first you will have at the salutation. Okay, for example, like dear, this one is for male. So the appropriate one is dear sir. So you will have a colon there. Secondly, at the yours sincerely, or we call it a complementary clause. Okay, at the complementary clause, you are using your sincerely. Okay, there is a comma. So I'm going to put it to the left side so you can see. Right? So hopefully when you get the questions, you will do some draft like this. Alright, so then we will go to the parts of business letter. If you still remember, parts of business letter will begin with the reference line. So we will searching for the reference line. Here, this is the reference line. So you will put it as the reference line. Okay, so this is a reference line. And secondly, we'll need to put it the dates. So as you can see here, use today's dates. You might use the dates of exercise. Okay, so for example, I give you like 31st October. This is an example. You can refer back what are the specific dates for that particular exercise. Alright? Okay, so after we have what we call dates, okay, we are going to have a look on the what we call on the mailing notation. So whether the questions have a mailing notation or not. So here we can have information about mailing notations in two places. Okay, whether at the instructions here or at the question. Okay, so here, sorry, okay, here it's been mentioned that key in the following confidential letter. So confidential is actually a mailing notation. Okay, so the mailing notation you will type in all capital letter, confidential. Alright. Okay, next to it, you need to have information about the receiver. Okay, such as the name. Okay, so receiver, name, job, position, company's name, and the complete address. Okay, this one if the questions mention that the letter is being sent to the company. Alright, so from here you can see that okay, the letter will be sent to Tuan Haji Ahmad Daniel Hazli. Alright, and the titles or the job positions is director, and the names of the company is Global Fortune Berhad. This is the first line address. Oh, sorry, I change it dulu. This is the first line address. This is the next following lines. Oh, sorry. Okay, this is the next line. And the last address line will be Selangor Darul Ihsan. Okay, so the next to it is actually after that you have a appropriate salutation. Okay, since it's Tuan Haji Ahmad Daniel, so the appropriate salutation will be Dear Sir, and there is a colon because it is a mixed punctuation. After we have a dear sir, we need to identify the titles of the letter, the subject line. So here, this is the titles of letter, or we call it as a subject line. It should be typed using all capital letter. Alright, so here the titles is Best Employee of the Year Award. Alright, next to it, after we have the titles, then we have a complete body of content. So you need to identify how many paragraph. Alright, so basically you can have a look by looking into this icon ataupun this symbol. This is first paragraph, second paragraph, and then insert here means that there is another paragraph here. Alright, and this will be the last paragraph. Okay guys, let's re-level for the paragraph before we are forgetting. So here I'm going to label by written down. This is the first, paragraph. Okay, this is a second paragraph. And here inside here, so we click the star here. So this is a third paragraph. And this is the fourth paragraph. Okay, so here we have done for the identifying the what we call a body of content. Right, but you must remember that inside a body of content or the paragraph, there are certain abbreviation and also proofreader's mark that you need to make a correction. So for example, here it is a short form, so you need to spell it as it is. Okay, Mr. you need to remain as a Mr. Okay, DEPT is for department. Okay, and then let's have a look. This is the symbols of delete. Okay, performance, attendance, and this is the end. We have, alright, and it remain as the Mr. Adams, and okay, trade for his tackle. This is delete as well. This is CO is there for a company. This is end. This you need to change project become replacing quickly, and quickly will goes to project, so it will be project and quickly, right? This is means that you need to insert in between, so this mastering off, and this for company again, this also company, right? And insert here, we go to here, Mr. is remain as a Mr. This is end. This is end. This also end. This also end. This is company. Company. Okay, when we type spell in full, so CO period will missing, so it becomes as company, but the comma is remain. Okay, the comma is remain. Okay, this one is end, and this one is I am. Okay, for this one is I am. What means by this three line is actually to become as capital for B, capital E for employee of the year. Alright, go to the last paragraph here. I hope the top MGT is there for management. It is a wood, WLD. Mr. remain as Mr. This one is end. Please. Alright, so that is a paragraph. After we have a paragraph, then we will have the complementary clause. So this is the information for complementary clause. Alright. Okay, so here I write in here, complementary clause will begin with your sincerely and should have a comma because it is a mixed punctuation. Okay, and then you have a name of company which is GFB Norden subsidiaries. So GFB Norden subsidiaries. Dairy. Go double enter. Sorry, again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we'll put the names of the recipient, which is Aiman, Hakim, Riza. Okay, the job position is senior branch manager. Okay, as you can see here, Mr. you need to ignore when you type at the complementary clause. Alright. Okay, after we have a complementary clause, we should have a typist initial, right? So the typist initial will be the who's type the letter. So for example, my name myself is Azlin Azman. So I will type my initial with the A. Right, after we have a typist initial, we need to identify whether there is an enclosure or not, and whether it has a copy notation. Okay, so enclosure, usually we can get it from the paragraph. Okay, so when you read, you need to find out whether they have enclosure or not by looking with the words like attach. Together with this we attach, ataupun enclose, we enclose. Okay, so based from reading, there is a no enclosure here, so we ignore. For the enclosure, there is a no enclosure. Okay, for this question. Okay, for copy notation, yes, we do have. This is copy notation. Okay, we will type yes. Okay, so how to type the copy notation? C small letter, and then we type Tuan Syekh Anwar Syekh Ali, and then space bar 3 times, human resource manager. Okay, Anwar. Okay, now let's retype for the answer. So I'm going to put this on the left side. Okay, so I'm using 85. So you can see. Alright, so on my left, okay, this is my answer. So I will start with your reference, the reference line first. So here, begin with our reference, and then followed by your reference. Okay, so I will type our reference colon. Okay, and then we need to here tabs twice. Okay, HRM 19 3245 3245, enter your reference colon tabs 1 BOD /19/07. Okay, and then we need to tab twice so that it will fall under 3 inches. Then we'll put the dates of the letter. For example, here I put 31st October. This is example, so you need to refer back the dates of exercise. Alright. Okay, so you might remember to spell this one in small letter, only O is a capital. Okay, now we have a double enter. So in this question, we have mailing notation. Okay, confidential, or double enter. So double enter again, sorry. Okay, this is the just now confidential, so mailing notation, so we put it here. Okay, then we'll continue with the receiver. So receivers is Tuan Haji Ahmad Daniel Azli. Enter. The title is director, jawatan dia. Enter sekali lagi nama company, Global Fortune Berhad. Enter sekali lagi. Okay, full address C1503, ada koma di situ, Jalan PJU 8. Okay, enter. PJU 8/8, Persiaran Damansara Utama 47400 Petaling Jaya, enter, Selangor Darul Ihsan. Okay, so this is the part of reference line, the dates, mailing notation, and also the information about the receiver. Double enter. So the appropriate salutation is dear sir, colon. Okay, make sure dear is D is capital, S is capital. Okay, and then colon, titik bertindih, because it is a mixed punctuation. Okay, it's mentioned as a mixed punctuation. Okay, here kita dimension. Right, and then here we'll have double enter 1, 2. Continue with the titles. Also the title here, capital letter, all the capital letter. Best Employee of the Year award, and we'll type on the left margin because it is a block paragraph. Okay, the letters type all in capital letters, and remember here we put that it's a block paragraph, so the subject line should begin on the left margin here. Okay, all right, so we continue here to type for the content. Okay, enter twice, and then we will begin type the content. It is my great pleasure to endorse Mr. Adam Mikael, Mikael from Capital Marketing Department for the Best Employee of the Year award. Okay, full stop, space twice. So when typing, I close it up so that you are not looking the messy button here. Before that, so I put it like this so you can have a look more exact picture. All right, so I'm going to continue. Award. After a careful review of all the employees' work record, including performance, attendance, and participation in social activities, we have zeroed in on Mr. Adam, and we firmly believe that he is an eligible candidate for the award. And double enter. This employee truly deserves recognition for his work over the past year. He has tackled the largest project for the company with confident and graceful determination. He was eager to manage a mammoth project and quickly set himself about all aspects of the project above his job scope required. His knowledge of the project is well past comprehensive. This mastering of the project and everything related to it has been a huge asset to the company. leading potential revenue REVE and US for the company. Full stop, double enter. The third paragraph is here. Mr. Adam is always dependable, efficient, and unfailingly punctual. Whenever he is called out for his amazing work on the project, he makes it clear that it is a group effort, never wanting to take all the credit. He always collaborates with the group members and makes sure that people feel included and have a say, while still staying firm and on track. I believe this characteristics represent all this is good in our company, in a comma, and I am pleased to nominate him for the honor of the best employee of the year. Full stop and a double enter. We have the last paragraph here. Let's continue typing. I hope the top management will seriously consider him for this prestigious award. Stop, double space, to further support this nomination, I would be like to provide my personal insights into Mr. Adams' unique talents and qualifications. Please feel free to contact me at any time. Thank you. Alright, so after we have finished up for the last paragraph, so we'll need to continue with the complementary clause here. Alright, so double enter. Okay, so here I would like to show you the high enter button here, so you know how many steps that I click. So basically we will click for 6 times from the left margin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yours sincerely. Here we have comma because the question required you to use a mixed punctuation. Double enter, 1, 2, and then 6 times to the right. So we will put inside the names of the company here. Okay, this is a sender punya information. GFB Northern Sub NOR PHERN Northern Sub CDIARY. Okay, subsidiaries, and then double enter, 1, 2, 3, 4 is okay. It goes to second page. After this, we will change for the setting. Okay, and then tap 6 times to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll put the names of who will sign the letter. Aiman, Hakim, Riza, and the ones. And then the positions is senior branch manager. Okay, and double enter, you have your initials. So me, myself, Azlin Azman. So I will use small letter of A. Somehow when we enter, it will change to capital letter. So we need to undo, make sure it's a small letter for both of it. So here in this question, we don't have enclosure. So we just replace it with copy notation. Okay, because here we have a copy notation, which is represented with C. Tuanashi Anwar Ali. Enter once and then space bar 3 times and type human resource manager. Alright, so make sure T and also H in the same line. Right, so we're done for typing the paragraph and also the body of the supplementary clause and the rest. Okay, after we have completed, you must make sure the last paragraph should be in the second page. So you need to enter it and it goes to the second page. Now is the time for me to show to you how to change the margin for the second page. As you can see, it's just 2 inches. Alright, 2 inches on the left here. Okay, there's a 2 inches. Okay, and then the first page is 2 inches. So we want to remain for the first page, the top margin here is 2 inches. But for the second page, we want to have only 1 inch. So we will place our cursor here. Remember to use hide and show button. Somehow if you don't use hide and show button, we do not see there is a space here. Okay, there's an enter here. So we need to use hide and show button. So we know that we are in the first line of second page. So we click here and then we are going to go to the layout. We set that down button. And then here for the top margin, you need to change to 1 inch. Right, and then you choose whole document, click this point forward. Why you use this point forward? Because from the point that you click your cursor here and onwards, the top margin is becoming as a 1 inch. So it will not affect it for the first page. Okay, remember to use this point forward. Alright, and then I click OK. So to check, actually here you can see there is a number 1 and here is a number 2. Okay, so here I want you to double enter to insert the second page heading. So second page heading, the informations you can get it from the first page, which is the name of the person. The name of the person, if let's say the letter is sent to the home address, but here it's been sent to the company address, so we will use the name of the company as a first line. And then enter once, we type page 2, enter once, we will include the dates of the letter. We just copy and paste it here. Okay, so that's all. Okay, the answer for exercise number 1. So it's very important for you to have a look back on the spellings, okay, on the wordings, okay, whether there is a misspelling, whether it has you have missing the words or the sentences. Right, it's very important for you to look back each one by one, okay, from the question. Even though I know it's very tough for you to look back because it will take time. Okay, so it's very important for you to have fastest in typing, so you will have an extra time for you to look back with the answer. Okay, by the way, please, for the paragraph, please do not use justified. Okay, this is justified, just like for the left and also on the right. We are not using that function. We remain as a default setting, aligns left. Alright? So please double check before you submit your corrections or your amendment regarding on the answer for business letter number 1. All right, good luck everyone.